Welcome to Simulation Exam. We'll continue with exam number 1, reviewing chapters 1 through 4. Question 30. Which activities cannot be performed by an unlicensed person assisting a broker in real estate work? Now, anytime you see this type of question, there's one answer you should always remember: showing properties. An unlicensed person cannot do that. So, the correct answer here is D, driving potential buyers to properties. Even just driving them counts as showing, and that's not allowed. All the other options are fine for an unlicensed assistant. Organizing the broker's administrative work, yes. Keeping track of sales associates' license expirations, that's fine. Making copies of property keys, correct. Running personal errands, also fine. But showing property, even in the form of driving buyers to a home, is where the line is drawn. Question 31. All new licensees must complete the post-licensing education requirement before the first renewal. That's it. This one you need to memorize. Post-licensing is required before your very first renewal. Question 32. Under which chapter of the Florida statutes is the regulation of the professions and occupations found, which grants the legal authority to conduct investigations and hearings and is approved by the Florida Real Estate Commission? This is referring to the DBPR, and whenever you see DBPR in the question, the answer is always Chapter 4, 155. Let's go through the other options so you don't get confused. 475. That's the Florida Real Estate License Law, not what's being asked here. 720. That covers condominium and homeowners associations. 455. That's the DBPR, and that's the correct answer. 120. That statute deals with disciplining licensees. So again, if the question is about DBPR, the answer is 455. Question 33. How many credit hours can a licensee earn by attending a FREC legal agenda session? This one you must memorize. The answer is up to 3 hours of credit. Whenever you see FREC legal agenda, the correct answer is always 3 hours. Question 34. After the first renewal, meaning the second, third, fourth, and all renewals that follow, what is the education requirement for sales associates? The answer is 14 hours. And here's something important. Those 14 hours apply to both active and inactive licensees. So don't fall for the trick of choosing only active licensees. Even if you're inactive, you still have to complete the 14-hour renewal course. Question 35. The owner of an apartment complex pays $50 to each tenant who refers someone that later becomes a tenant. This arrangement is legal under Chapter 4, 175 of the Florida statutes. Remember this, up to $50 is allowed. That's the key. Question 36. A licensee may make up for missing a FREC legal agenda session with. If the question mentions legal agenda, the answer is always 3 hours. Whenever you see legal agenda, just think 3 hours of credit. Question 37. Which Florida statute regulates all professions under the DBPR, including real estate? The correct answer is 455. So if you see DBPR in the question, your mind should immediately go to Chapter 455. Question 38. Carl's license expired on September 30th, 2003. On February 10th, 2007, he wants to reactivate it. Which statement is correct? Let's break it down. If it had been the first renewal, the license would be null and void. If it had been the second renewal, the license would have gone into involuntary inactive status. In that case, Carl would have had 2 years to bring it current. So, if the license expired on September 30th, 2003, he would have had until September 30th, 2005 to fix it. But now we're in February 2007, well past that 2-year deadline. Therefore, no matter if it was the first, second, or any other renewal, the license is null and void, since too much time has passed. Question 39. What is something the Florida Real Estate Commission, FREC, cannot do? The answer is imprisonment. FREC can apply fines, suspensions, and other disciplinary actions, but it cannot impose imprisonment as a penalty.